very special SWE Fury. I'm Bob Malden. This is Night of Champions.
From Muscle Beach Vineyard, this is Blackberry, the connoisseur Niles, Plonk, Mack, and Moonshine.
And what I mean by Night of Champions is every single match tonight, a main event in their own right. Tag team titles on the line, TV title on the line, and that real world heavyweight champion, Charlie Haas, defending that tonight. But these are all main events, ladies and gentlemen. Night of Champions coming to you from the beautiful Statler, Dallas. We're back to see the OMGs defend their tag team titles. That happens right after this here on SWE Fury Night of Champions. We are back here on SWE Fury. Our tag team champions making their way to the ring now. Real in-your-face Texas wrestling coming to you from the Statler, Dallas, in that great ballroom. And what a great night, a great crowd on hand to see the OMGs here. They are going to defend those tag team titles that they went through a massive tag team tournament to obtain. And there they are posing with a young fan there. And look at there, John Omari sharing those glasses with that young fan there as they make their way to the ring. They are the OMGs. As I mentioned earlier, all championship matches here tonight on SWE Fury. We're so glad you decided to tune in and make us part of your evening here, but great things coming in SWE Fury. Lots of great things on the horizon pay-per-view wise. I want to remind you to visit SWEFury.com for more information on all the things that will be coming your way to see SWE Fury live. Next stop for SWE Fury live is Lubbock, Texas. We want you to be a part of that event, and we'll be telling you a lot tonight how you can see that. All of our fans out in West Texas, get ready. We're coming to see you in Lubbock, Texas. There they are, the OMGs. John Omari, Mike Anthony here to defend those titles tonight. The crowd solidly behind the OMGs here, but Plonk and Barry, they're trying to get the crowd behind them. They coming together here tonight. Of course, not too long ago, noticed that Plonk and Flex have their action figures available at their merchandise table now. So definitely making some marks somewhere in the world to have a line of action figures now featuring those guys who yet have been able to capture tag team gold. Plonk, however, if you'll remember, was our television champion prior to losing that belt to Rodney Mack. We're going to see Rodney Mack in action here later on tonight. But right now, John Omari tucking away the straw, or the tube, I guess it is, to that juice pack that he carries around on his back. I don't know what's in there, but it does seem to help out as he goes for the arm right away of Niles Plonk and smacks him right on the behind there, which Plonk he takes a little objection with. The OMGs, a lot of fun to watch, but also Plonk and Flex, a lot of fun to watch as well here in SWE Fury. This definitely going to be a competitive match. Plonk, for all of his shenanigans, definitely a force to be reckoned with in the wrestling ring, as he was trained, went to school, learned under the tutelage of the great Hartley Race, as now they're in the corner. The referee counts it. Referee Soda Hendricks, they're trying to get the action back out into the middle of the ring, but whoa, there you go. A little attitude from John Omari there, since Plonk looking for cover. The rope not going to provide much there. Downtown Dallas, the Statler, a hotel that was notorious for the fact that it's where Tina Turner left Ike Turner for good. Went down a fire escape and went down the walk a little ways, checked herself into a separate hotel, and that was the end of that. Hotel was abandoned for a long time, and then developers came in and brought it back to life. And look at this beautiful room featuring professional wrestling here for the first time, as Plonk is in the ring with Anthony now. Anthony's ready, big arm drag, and another, 2 arm drags, 3 arm drags, and there he's gonna lock it up. Mike Anthony, John Omari, what a great tag team here in SWE Fury. These guys coming up the ranks very quickly after attending an SWE Fury fantasy camp. Working together in that, we're given the opportunity to enter that tag team tournament, which of course was done in memory, of Road Warrior Animal. Working together now, the OMGs. Omari going in for the cover. 2 is all it's good for. Headlock applied now. Center of the ring, but quickly moving to the corner. And Plonk taking advantage of a trapped John Omari. Into his corner now, not a good place to be. Let's hope Omari works his way out of there quickly. But here comes Flex. Flex Berry, as we would call him in the back. Flex with a boot to John Omari, who needs a sip of that juice, I think, to get a little more wind so he can continue on in this match. Hold on, wait a minute, nice reversal there. And Berry finds himself in a headlock. This building, this very room, was featured on a classic episode of Expedition Texas, exploring this old building, the Statler Hotel. And it looked nothing like this back then. Beautiful, beautiful restoration on this hotel, and again, hosting their very first night of professional wrestling here. And what a great place for it. Omari locking in that headlock there, squeezing, putting the squeeze on Michael Berry, but Plonk coming in to try to stop it, and look at that, falls right into the trap of a backdrop and a drop kick there from Mike Anthony, and Plonk is out on the floor now. As Omari holds on, never letting go of that headlock. Berry shoving him into the ropes, though, hitting the midsection there. Oh, no. Plonk waiting and drops that top rope down, and Omari goes right over. Mike Anthony taking attention away from the referee there as the team of Plonk and Berry take advantage of the distraction and go right back to work on John Omari. Count of what? Not quite 2 there on that one. Crowd getting behind the OMGs again here. As I was telling you earlier, a bit of a Cinderella story with these OMGs coming out of an SWE Fury fantasy camp, which you can find out more about attending one of those at SWEFury.com. They are before almost every live event, and it's a chance for wrestlers, experienced or otherwise, to come in and learn a little bit about the sport of professional wrestling from some of the best. That bear hug broken a little bit there by Omari, who's now using his head a little bit. Forearm shot. Oh, none of that from Flex as he slams Omari to the mat. Goes for a pin of only, 2 there. Didn't see that one make it a 3 count. As I was saying, you can learn all about those SWE Fury fantasy camps by visiting SWEFury.com. Those events held. And now look, before almost every live event, some of the greatest in professional wrestling leading those events and teaching you all the things you need to know about the world of professional wrestling. If you think this might be a career path for you, of course, seeing the punishment that John Omari's taken, I can't imagine why you would think that, but he goes off the rope. Little double team there, double hip toss there from Plonk and Barry. Oh, double elbow drop. Pin 2. Thought that was going to do it, but only a count of 2 is now Plonk, the key lock on the arm there. Working over the arm of John Omari. Crowd trying to will Omari back into business here. He's going for that tube. Here he goes. He's trying to get, if he can just get a drink of that juice, it seems to do something for him. I don't know what it is or what it does, but every time he gets a hold of it and gets a little sip of that juice that's in that juice bag on his back, he seems to get a little extra energy. Plonk catching him now, body slammed. Well, that didn't bust that juice pouch. Omari trying to make his way to his corner, as any great tag team would. Oof. Trying to cut that ring in half is Plonk there. Omari getting a little sip of juice and makes it on over to Anthony, who comes in. House of Fire here. Forearm blows, back elbow, another clothesline there. And Anthony whipping Plonk off the ropes. Whoa, plants him face first into the mat. It's got to be at 1, 2, and oh, just barely. Just barely Plonk kicking out of that one. In with a headlock now is Mike Anthony, as Omari stumbles back to his feet in the corner there. Spent a little more time in the ring than he wanted to. The tag is made, and there's Barry. Flex, the legal man now. Gets a pin of only 1. Mike Anthony saying none of that. Tag is made again. Now cutting off the ring with Mike Anthony on one side of it. What are these guys doing here? Whipping off corner, reverse it now, and Barry goes in and smashes. Oh, another one. Smashing Mike Anthony into that corner there.
Stop some grapes.
All right, here we go. Plonk is going up, and looks like he's getting ready to stomp some grapes here. I'm hearing people behind me shout that. Almost into the microphone as he stomps the grapes. Plonk stomping the grapes into the belly of Mike Anthony, and here comes Flex in here to see if he can flex a little muscle here and see what he can do against Mike Anthony. Here we go. What's it going to be here? Setting up for catapult. Yes, into that bottom rope. SWE Fury, Lubbock, Texas, very soon. Get your tickets right now. You can do so at SWEFury.com. That's the place to be for that. We want to see you at that show, and we want to see you right on the front row. What you can do, tickets are available right now for that show. Plonk arguing with the referee while it looks like Flex is taking advantage of the distraction there. Omari is in, not too fond of that, and he has an objection to it. The referee kicking Omari back out of the ring while Niles Plonk goes right back to work on Mike Anthony. Irish whip off the rope now. Big, huge back body drop. It's a pin of 1, 2. Just barely 2. Plonk doing a great job here tonight. Now going to work again on the midsection of Mike Anthony, weakening the core of the man from the OMGs. Tag is made, in comes Flex one more time. Plonk staying there to hold Anthony in place, and double axe handle across those shoulders again, just trying to weaken that core of Anthony. You can do that. Kickouts are nearly impossible. And look at that. Look at that. Bending the back over the shoulder there. That's what they're doing. They're trying to weaken that back, trying to weaken that core. You can't kick out if the middle of your body doesn't work. And here we go. And wait a minute, Anthony with a little bit of fight left in him there. Barry dropping him, Anthony off the ropes, and no, it looks like he's up again. Oh no. He's trying to kick out. Oh, a sidewalk slam and a pin too. And man, that was that close to 3. There's no way that wasn't 3. I don't know if the referee got tripped up or what it was, but that was extremely close there. Flex, kind of hard to call him that since we've been calling him Michael Berry so long. Going up now, and coming off with the flying elbow drop off the second rope to nothing but blank canvas. Nobody home. Anthony going for the pin now. Here comes John Omari in with a big clothesline for Plonk. Another one. Here's one for Flex. And a chop. Whip off the rope now. Plonk reverses it. OMGs. Here we go. What's it going to be? Wow. How does the canvas taste, Niles? Omari off again. There he goes. Whoa, we've seen this before. Here comes the pin. 1, 2, and no. It's broke up by Flying Flex there as he comes into the ring. Anthony taking objection to that. A couple of forearm shots to him. While meanwhile, the 2 legal men are in the other corner. Let's keep an eye on them if we can. Plonk, Holler, and Flex. Let's do this. They're going to show off a little bit for the fans now. Wait a minute. No, that's not going to work out. What's happening here? Whoa! Crashing right into each other in the much larger Barry. Knocking Plonk straight to the Mack double drop kick there from the OMGs. And now this could spell the end as a very dazed Niles Plonk is in the ring stumbling. Oof! Good grief, he's still standing. How is that? Wow! Wow, double team there, effort off the top rope, the flip and the DDT and the pin, and it's a count of 3.
And still, SWE Tag Team Champions, John Omari, Mike Anthony, the OMG.
The OMGs do it again. John Omari, Mike Anthony affixing those belts around their waist where they belong. And they continue on as your SWE Fury Tag Team Champions. We're back with more wrestling action here. It's a night of champions. Another belt on the line when we return here on SWE Fury. Welcome back to SWE Fury. As the man, the myth, the legend, Action Jackson makes his way to the ring. He's going to be taking on Rodney Mack. His chance at that TV title is next, right here on SWE Fury. We're back here on SWE Fury. Bob Malden here. We are at the Night of Champions at the Statler in downtown Dallas. And there he is, our TV champion, Rodney Mack, making his way to the ring. Now he's going to defend that title tonight against Action Jackson, the Texas legend. Both of these guys have made a name for themselves in Texas and all around the South. And here comes Rodney Mack now to the ring, bearing that Texas title around his waist. Great sign of respect from these fans here at the Statler in downtown Dallas. Bob Malden here tonight with you. Great crew on hand, great crowd on hand too here for this great show, the Night of Champions is what we're dubbing it here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest and championship match has been sanctioned by the SWE Board of Directors and is scheduled for one fall. Ladies and gentlemen, standing to my right is the challenger. He weighed in this afternoon at 280 pounds. He hails from Texarkana, Arkansas. He is the Big Booyah, the Texas legend, Action Jackson! And standing to my left is the champion. He weighed in this afternoon at 244 pounds. He hails from the dog pound. He's the reigning and defending SWE television champion. He is the top dog, Rodney Mack.
Rodney Mack defending the TV title here against the Texas legend, the Big Booyah, Action Jackson here. This will be the first time Action Jackson gets a crack at that TV title, and the fans are loving that. Action Jackson here trying to get the crowd behind him, and wasn't too far from this very location at the corner of Industrial and Cadiz, where Action Jackson started his wrestling career and what was then known as Global Wrestling Federation in the Sportatorium, which was, of course, the original home of World Class Championship Wrestling, the Von Erichs, Bruiser Brody, and so many others. Of course, the Freebirds, Terry Bam Bam Gordy, all of them, they all started off there at the Sportatorium. Some of these fans in this crowd tonight cut their teeth on wrestling, watching it at the Sportatorium. And that man right there, Action Jackson, that's where he broke in. That's where he got his start, and has been seen on Texas Wrestling TV and all over the South ever since. And here he is tonight against Rodney Mack, our TV champion, as the two tied up here in the ring. Definitely not the first time these two have tangled. Referee Ben Scheinberg trying to get that action out of the corner there. Action Jackson, long storied career behind him here as he goes for one last title run, possibly. I don't know. Action Jackson still showing up at many of these SWE Fury events as they lock it up again in the middle of the ring. This time, Rodney Mack pushing him into the other corner, the opposite corner there. Ben Scheinberg counting, using every bit of that count is Rodney Mack, but then busting him with that knee. Irish whip into the corner now, reversed. Action Jackson in, and Rodney Mack rather hip toss in a pin of only one there. Jackson toying with Mack. We've mentioned it already tonight, but SWE Fury in Lubbock, Texas. Get your tickets at SWEFury.com. Lacey Von Erich hosting those kid camp events, too. Looks like we're going to have one of those events out there as well if your youngsters have ever wanted to scrap in pro wrestling, ever wanted to try their hand at talking on camera, doing an interview, and getting to know some of the moves. Lacey Von Erich putting on another one of those great kid camps in Lubbock, and probably the next several shows. August 28th, we return to the Irving Convention Center. Great location for professional wrestling action there. And looking forward to returning to the Irving Convention Center. You see that? Those two rolled themselves out of the corner and then flipped it right back over, reversed it again. Action Jackson back in, working on that arm of Rodney Mack there. Action Jackson, the Texas legend, ran the roads with the likes of Iceman King Parsons, Calvin Knapp of Global Wrestling Federation. Of course, our Director of Talent Relations, James Beard, was a senior referee back at that time. Look at this beautiful facility, the Statler, Dallas, the Grand Ballroom, where we're coming to you tonight from SWE Fury. And wow, a couple of elbows there from Rodney Mack. Headbutt, uh-oh, that's not going to do a whole lot of good against the cranium of Action Jackson, but that does. Rodney Mack poking him in the eyes there. I'll put an end to that. There's the corner. And a forearm punch, rather. I'm not sure what we have to the gut there. Of course, you know, above the neck, those closed fists are illegal here in SWE Fury. But so is that. And the referee needs to break that chokehold right away if he can get the big guy, Rodney Mack, to go along with the days. Rodney Mack defending that TV title here tonight against Action Jackson. Downtown Dallas. Man, all the years of great wrestling that came to you from down here. Can't even count it all. Action Jackson there coming back. Irish whip now off the ropes. Rodney Mack runs straight into the big clothesline. And another. Oh no. Rodney Mack uses the belt there, and referee Ben Scheinberg calling for a DQ. And of course the title will not change hands, but that's going to mean that Action Jackson is the winner of this match, as Rodney Mack uses the belt to finish off Action Jackson just when it looked like AJ was going to be on top. Mack pulls that belt out and uses it here, much to the disdain of this crowd here in downtown Dallas tonight at the Statler.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the match by disqualification, Action Jackson!
Well, the title won't change hands. It'll stay in the hands of Rodney Mack.
The disqualification, the title will not change hands. And still, SWE Television Champion, the top dog, Rodney Mack.
Well, it's unfortunate the fans here don't like it, but as I was starting to say, and as Aaron Presley just informed you, that title now stays in the hands of Rodney Mack, as it does not change hands on a disqualification. And walking out of this building still, SWE Television Champion, he's Rodney Mack, victorious here tonight by disqualification. It's called the Real World Title, and it's on the line coming up here in just a few moments on SWE Fury. Charlie Haas will be making his way to the ring. He's going to be defending that belt. That big main event is coming up here on SWE Fury. I'm Bob Mullen. We want you to stick with us. We'll be right back. We're back here on SWE Fury. James Beard in the ring to ref this one, but now it looks like Charlie Haas has the mic.
I'll come down, I'll paintbrush every one of you right out of this building. Shut your mouth. Okay. Jake. Logan Paul. I made a call out to you that I'd whoop your ass. You want to call it everybody else? Well, yeah, go ahead. Go fight fucking Ben Askren, who was out of shape. Call out Daniel Cormier, who's never been in shape. Look at me. I'm the only true heavyweight wrestling champion that can actually wrestle. I want your ass. I don't care which one of you. Be a candy-ass brother. Hell, I'll fight you both on in a handicap match. Or I'll feed one of you to Rodney Mack.
Wow.
So I'm begging, since the Paul brothers won't be here, anybody come out right now, and I'll whoop that ass. Let's go.
Well, Charlie Haas there calling out Jake and Logan Paul again. But now he says open door policy. Whoever wants can come out and challenge him for that SWE Real World Championship belt. Well,
anybody, get out here. I don't care who it is. Get somebody out here so I can whoop some ass and then go home.
Charlie Haas calling again for someone to come out here. Who is that? Who is that? Somebody get a camera over there.
Charlie, is that your little brother?
Who in the hell are you? You know what? It doesn't matter. It takes a lot of guts to come out here and face the real world champion, okay? Let's give a round of applause for him. Come on.
Do they just have wrestlers standing around back there ready to go?
You know what? I'm proud of that.
This guy was ready.
I got just a little question. What the five fingers say to face?
Oh,
Get the
that's not good. Okay, well.
You know what? This is over. I'm out of here. I'm done.
Wait a minute. That's not Charlie Haas's music. That's not his music. Who is that? That's Mantell.
He is 100 proof Mantell!
Mantell is stepping up to the plate here. He's going to challenge Haas for that belt. We may have a real world championship match coming up here next on SWE Fury. We're back here on SWE Fury, and Charlie Haas still objecting and throwing a little bit of a fit about the fact that Ryan Mantell has answered that open challenge, his open door policy to come take him on for that real world championship that he wears around his waist. And but Haas not taking it too well. After that display earlier, we had someone come out. We didn't even get a chance to meet that young man. He got slapped and then thrown out of the ring. And Charlie Haas comes up from behind. Bell rings and this thing started. Great to see James Beard back in the ring here as the referee for this main event, a night of main events here, a night of champions. We had Charlie Haas on the card to take someone on to defend his belt tonight, and here he is with Mantell tonight. It's going to be a bit more of a challenge, I think, than he originally had anticipated. Mantell again. Those forearm shots there to the head of Charlie Haas, who repeatedly has called out Jake and Logan Paul. Not real sure what's up with that. Haven't heard anything from those guys yet. Be interesting to see if they do respond to that open challenge. But here is Charlie Haas, and he just threw himself over the top rope. He just threw himself over the top rope, I guess trying to get a disqualification for Mantell. It doesn't exactly work that way, but he's leaving. Okay, I guess Charlie is...
DQ me right now. You're not allowed to throw anybody over the top rope. I threw myself out. DQ me right now.
It doesn't work that way.
I said DQ me.
Whoa! Mantell waiting outside the ring, and here we go again, out on the side now, in front of the fans, on the floor. Mantell throwing Haas back into the ring. That DQ non-existent there. He tried to get disqualified by throwing himself over the top rope. Not exactly how that works, Charlie Haas. Mantell coming out again, and once again, met with the knee this time. Charlie Haas now trying to pull up that little bit of padding that's on the floor down there, and he's pulling it back now and exposing the hard concrete floor here in the ballroom at the Statler, which is where we are, this beautiful hotel and convention hall. Oh, goodness. Wait a minute. Mantell reversing it, comes out, and whoop, sending Charlie Haas to the pole. Haas catches himself and makes way for Mantell to run straight into that steel post at the corner of the ring there. That thing doesn't budge a bit. Haas making no friends in downtown Dallas tonight here at the Statler. As referee James Beard ordering Haas back into the ring. But Haas taking advantage of working the arm there of Mantell outside. Haas wrenching now on the arm. Oh, good grief. He's not going to be able to use that arm after this. Ryan Mantell, we've seen him battling Max Castellanos in the steel cage here on SWE Fury. We've seen Mantell battling Max Castellanos in a leather strap match. We've seen so many things. Bull rope match. I mean, it's just been all over Texas. They've been tearing it up here, so it seems only fitting now that Mantell should have a chance at this SWE real world heavyweight title that Charlie Haas has been carrying around for quite some time now. Much to the disdain of this crowd and the fans of SWE Fury all over Texas, but Mantell, that would be a great fit right there. That real world heavyweight title around the waist of Ryan Mantell as he goes now in this sanctioned title bout tonight, which started off, oddly enough, with an open call to anyone who wanted to come out and attempt to win that belt from Charlie Haas. But as soon as he saw Mantell, he had other ideas. And back to work on the arm now, using the rope is Charlie Haas. James Beard not afraid to get in there, get in the way, break these things up when needed. That left arm of Mantell, though, in a lot of pain up near the shoulder right now as Haas using the ropes and that leverage to work on him in the corner. Lubbock, Texas, are you ready? SWE Fury coming your way. Get your tickets at SWEFury.com. We're back in Irving, August 28th at the Civic Center there. It's the Irving Convention Center, rather, where we were just a couple weeks ago with SWE Fury, a TV taping there, and can't wait to be back in Irving. What a great facility, what a great place, and a lot of great restaurants and things to do near there. So what a great time what we all had down there at the Irving Convention Center. We're back August 28th and hope you can join us. We'll have room for lots more people in that building then. Kevin Nash was a special guest for that show. Made an appearance at our meet and greet and in the ring as Charlie Haas now continuing to work that arm in the ring. James Beard saw the shoulder go down of Mantell there and gave it a 1 count. Wow. Using the legs now to wrench on that arm. Hard to believe there's much left of Mantell after that feud, that bitter rivalry with Max Castellanos. And I think as long as we're able to keep those two apart, things will continue to go on well here in SWE Fury. Hopefully that score will be considered settled with that cage match. And Mantell turns things around, gets a 2 count on Charlie Haas there, but Charlie Haas back in working that arm once again. I want to say thanks to David Horchek for developing an awesome app for SWE Fury. You can get that app on your phone. You can find out a whole lot more about that at SWEfury.com, but you can also just download that app on any smartphone, any device, and get to accessing talent bios and learn all about your favorite stars here in SWE Fury. Charlie Haas now pushing the referee. That's not a good idea with a referee like James Beard. James will push back. Mantell rolls him up there, and count of only 2, almost caught him by surprise. We almost had a new champion. Charlie Haas with a big boot there. And right back to work on that left arm of Ryan Moonshine Mantell, as he's been known here in SWE Fury. The new serious side of Mantell. After that feud with Castellanos, Mantell has become nothing but business. And dropping the old Moonshine moniker and just getting to work here, using that good arm, though, for a chop there on Charlie Haas, who is stunned by the power. And Mantell now trying to go to work on the left arm of Haas himself, and he's got crossface locked in on him there, and Charlie may tap. We may have a new champion here. Charlie Haas is in a bad way right now. We could have a brand new champion. He's just inches away from tapping. Or maybe if he can reach the rope there, but Mantell has that crossface locked in. This could be it. This could be the changing of the guard here. Charlie Haas could drop that title, but no. The hand is in the rope, and Mantell has to break there. So close to tapping out our champion, Charlie Haas there, was Mantell. Still needing to watch that left shoulder. Still in bad shape, fighting against his own pain to try to administer that crossface there, and nearly had a tap out from Haas. Forearm shots exchanged by the guys now. Back and forth here. Big chop again, but you watch. Mantell's not using that left arm for anything right now, as it's in pain. Haas coming back. And no, right back to work on that left arm. Ducks the clothesline, ducks the chop, really. And then right back to work on that arm. And down goes Mantell again, writhing in pain there as he sort of bent and used the arm as a slingshot to slam Mantell into the canvas. And there's Charlie Haas now going to do something to that turnbuckle cover. Here he is untying it and revealing the steel underneath. James Beard trying to stop him. Charlie Haas not hearing any of it. And he is trying desperately to get that off of there. Maybe they tied it in a good enough knot that it's not going to happen, but James Beard, and finally a frustrated Haas stops trying and goes back to work for Moonshine, who's had a little bit of a chance to recover now and is waiting for Haas when he returns. Again, Moonshine only using that right arm, the left one in a lot of pain right now. Irish whip now out of the corner. Haas reverses, and he's thrown into the corner where, oh, that exposed. Wow, turnbuckle hits right up under the shoulder, and again, Mantell is devastated in that left shoulder, left arm, as he slams into that exposed steel, which those pads are supposed to keep our athletes from running into a pin. And that was a pin of only 2 there, very close. I mean, a centimeter away from hitting the canvas a third time. Now Charlie Haas is mad at James Beard, and he gets in his face again. Forearm shots from Mantell, who's back to his feet here. Right arm only. Notice that. Still not getting much use out of that left arm, but he uses it for that. A big back body drop. And Charlie Haas is reeling. Mantell mustering up every bit of energy he has for a suplex there. This could be it. 1, 2, and no! So close. So close to having a brand new SWE Fury Real World Champion, and Haas kicks out at the very last possible second. Thrust there from Charlie Haas. Sends Mantell into the corner. Here comes Haas. Elbows. And a boot right to the face again. Right to the kisser of Mantell. Belly to belly. Mantell can't have much more in the tank after that. And a count of only 2 again. Mantell barely kicking out. Haas wondering what does it take to put this guy away. Where's he going? Charlie Haas outside the ring now. Those solid chairs and the ringside seats, he's out there messing with those now. Hope he doesn't plan to use that. There he is with his belt. What's Haas going to do? No, he's taking the belt and he's leaving. Haas is leaving. This is the guy that had the open door policy, the challenge. He's just turning around and leaving here. Unbelievable. Good grief. Haas hoisting that belt up. And wait a minute. Ring the bell. No, he's been counted out. And the winner is Ryan Moonshine Mantell, but it's only because of the count out there. And again, a disqualification here again tonight. And Charlie Haas retains that real world heavyweight champion because, you know, if you're counted out, it doesn't count. The title does not change hands. A racist?
You're
What?
judging me because of my skin color. You're no good.
James is.
I'm the real world
That's
champion.
an unsubstantiated claim here by Charlie Haas. What is he saying?
I refuse to be treated like this. I am one of the elitists. I am one of the privileged. You suck.
Haas saying he's
How dare you?
one of the privileged.
I'm going to sue. I'm going to sue him. I'm going to get the NAACP. I'm going to sue your ass.
And he's talking about calling in the NAACP. What is he talking about? Maybe he got dropped on his head too hard earlier. I don't know.
And still, your SWE World Heavyweight Champion, the real World Heavyweight Champion, the one that doesn't back down from the fight, the one that calls out anybody.
Oh boy.
No, please don't.
Well, is he still talking on the mic even though Mantell has got him and throwing him in the ring and he's still talking on the mic? He's got the mic with him while Mantell has him up and he's holding on to the ropes there. Makes his way out of the ring. He's still got the mic in his hand?
Security! Security!
I'm afraid Charlie Haas has lost his mind here, folks. Very sorry for the disappointing ending to this main event title match here tonight, but there you have it. Still the champion, Charlie Haas, leaving the ring, I guess victorious here tonight. Needs to come back and get his belt though. Mantell baiting him to come back to do that. Well, we thank you so much for tuning in, folks. Be sure to join us here next week for more SWE Fury. I'm Bob Alden. We'll see you next time.